My name's Chloe Kimes. I'm a singer-songwriter originally from Michigan, living in Nashville now. Well, I've gotten pretty good at the tough girl act. Tired of everybody feeling sorry for my ass. So if you think that you've seen a girl who's showing her hand, well, I'm sorry, please don't misunderstand. See, if I say something crazy, I just had too much to drink. If I'm driving down the street, I'm not driving where you think. If I call you after midnight, I just dial the wrong number. And my sleepless nights are only from the thunder. But I don't know what satisfies you anymore. Oh, I guess I'll ask the brunette hook a little more. What are you looking for? Repeat as anything you do for me, not getting over you. Excuse me, while I even up that score. See, if I say something crazy, I just had too much to drink. If I'm driving down your street, I'm not driving where you think. If I call you after midnight, I just dial the wrong number. And my sleepless nights are only from the thunder. If you're never gonna give me reasons, like you don't get to know the way I'm feeling. Well, I can tell you lies for every season. See, if I say something crazy, I just had too much to drink. If I'm driving down the street, I'm not driving where you think. If I call you after midnight, I just dial the wrong number. And my sleepless nights are only from the thunder. Oh yeah, my sleepless nights are only from the thunder. I wrote Thunder when I was still in school and had been playing with a band pretty consistently. It was one of the first things that I'd ever written that felt like, this is music that I want to play with other people. This is, I sort of wrote it hearing like the drums and a whole outfit, rather than a lot of my other songs, music I'd written prior, are just sort of, these little like personal sort of tunes that are just these stories, where this felt like, no, this is a piece of music that I want to play with people on the stage. So it's more of a testament to where I was at in that moment musically, getting ready to start touring more and finding people that I could play with consistently really influenced my songwriting in that way. And that tune came out of that. And it's a lot of fun to play with a band. Tonight I roasted peppers, salted them just right. Find me in the kitchen on any lonesome night. Well, I cook when I get angry, 'cause no one's here to stop me from opening the bottle, drinking every drop. It's just Cabernet, don't worry, I ain't an alcoholic. Wouldn't it be worse if it were gin without the tonic?
Well, I save that for a special kind of broken heart. You'd have to break me fully before I let that start. Oh, I'll let you break me fully before I let that start. Tomorrow I'll make brownies before I'll make my breakfast. Skip my daily vitamin and try to just accept it that I ought to put my phone away. 'Cause you're not gonna call. I'm wasting all my battery checking on your wall for an update on your whereabouts that I don't need to know. Driving me crazy with all your lack of show. I could tell myself a lie like we were meant to be apart. You'd have to break me fully before I let that start. Oh, I'll let you break me fully before I let that start. When it finally hits me, 'cause you're not gonna try, I guess I'll finally let myself hang my head and cry. Well, I'll try to keep it private, try to keep it short, but I tried to keep you too, and I did nothing of that sort. So when I come sick and sobbing and giving you a fright, remember it's just thunder, it keeps me up at night. Oh, well, I'll never ever tell you just how you broke my heart. You'd have to break me fully before I let that start. Oh, I'll let you break me fully before I let that start.
I was born and raised in Ludington, Michigan, and it's a really small town. I grew up with my dad, who was a songwriter and a guitarist and, you know, played a lot of country music, and just sort of grew up surrounded in him, you know, keeping music in the home. Both my parents were big music lovers, but my dad taught me how to play guitar when I was probably 10. I had taken piano lessons prior to that, you know, and sort of got my musical footing, but once I started playing guitar is when I started to write. So I've been writing songs since I was about 10 years old. Never really stopped, but definitely a big influence from my father there, because he was a songwriter himself, and it was just a very natural transition. You know, I just sort of thought that's what people do, because, you know, Dad does it.
Oh, Atticus, are you a figment of my mind? Well, you took me as you found me, but did you leave me behind? Oh, Atticus, I'm reaching out my arms to you, but you've left me cold and empty. Tell me, what can I do? Oh, Atticus, well, I guess I got it bad. Well, I thought you'd be the best thing that I ever had. Oh, Atticus, please take me to wherever you are. Well, it's got to be better than this cover bar. And I got a right mind to tell you I ain't got a right mind for nothing when you're up to something. Oh, Atticus, well, I can't tell if you're real, but when I lay in my bed, who is it that I feel? Oh, Atticus, your words there ringing in my head, but I can't quite recall a thing that you said. Oh, Atticus, see the dark under my eyes. Oh, I ain't sleeping, oh, I ain't eating. Oh, when you wear this disguise, oh, Atticus, you got me where you want me now. But if I keep it together, will you come back around? See, I'm wilting away when you're just like the last one I couldn't make stay. Oh, and it seems that you're the reason I'm not feeling low down. But if I keep it together, you'll just come back around.
Atticus I wrote when I was in school, and it's sort of me putting a name to a lot of different anxieties that I was having at the time regarding, mental health and confusion and frustration that can come when you don't exactly know what's going on in your own emotions, in your own, world. I was sort of in a spot where I was confused, and I sort of named my anxieties that way.
There's a peace in the quiet company of myself. More time on my hands, more room on my shelf. Well, I'm keeping a healthy diet, and I've cleaned up every room and wrote a million ways to Sunday how I never. And I almost found a good one, but no cigar. I came close, still too far. There's a case in the refrigerator from before you left town. I didn't touch it for a while on a chance to come around. We could drink it all together and connect all of our dots. But when I finally cracked the first, I had no reason to stop. Well, I wish I had a good one, but no cigar. I came close, still too far. If this makes its way to you, maybe somewhere in your dressing room, I hope you know I'm not angry anymore. Baby, if I had a time machine, I wouldn't change a single thing. I'll still buy all your records from the record store. There's no time like the present to look into the past, living in the wonder. Was it this? No, was it that? I'm working through the phases. I won't lie, you made it tough for me to wrestle and remember any reason I'm enough. Well, I tried to give the other ones, but no cigar. I came close, still too far. I came close, still too far.
I grew up listening to a lot of country music and classic country music because that's what my parents always had on. It's the kind of music that my dad wrote. I think that when I started to write songs, I started to explore outside of that a lot more, as you do when you're young and you start discovering music beyond what your parents play. Some of my biggest influences are probably, old folk singers like Joni Mitchell and Bob Dylan, Jim Croce, and my parents played a lot of that stuff too, but when I really decided to start digging into some older music, that played a big role. Those are some of my really big influences. Current artists I love Brandy Carlisle and the Avett Brothers. They definitely play a role. When I started listening to the Avett Brothers when I got into high school and I started performing live kind of for the first time, was when I was really getting into the Avett Brothers, and they have really impacted the kind of experience I want to create at a live show.
I got my head screwed on real tight, trying to sound like I know what I like, using big words and I'm speaking my mind, trying to not get so lost in your eyes. Here at the bar where the blues flow so quick, trying to impress you, some dirty trick. There's a look in your eye, you don't know what to do. I'm just 3B rambling you. 3B rambling when your mind won't stop scrambling. Where you got big ideas, but they won't quit their gambling. Betting on cool, but folding on fool. I'm just 3B rambling you. You have a way with your whiskey soap smile. I look like a girl ain't been out in a while. You make me laugh, so I laugh till I'm blue. I'm just 3B rambling you. 3B rambling when your mind won't stop scrambling. Where you got big ideas, but they won't quit their gambling. Betting on cool, but folding on fool. I'm just 3B rambling you. Oh, I'm 3B rambling at you. Well, next time I'll only have to.
3 Beer Rambling is a song that I wrote, and it sort of just speaks to like whenever you're getting to know someone new. Sometimes I think nerves in combination with maybe one too many beers and you just sort of feel foolish or it's sort of me, if I have 3 beers, I think I might ramble on too much.
You say you love spending time with me. You say I'm easy on your eyes. You even told me once I'm wild and free. Still I don't suffice. You say you're waiting on a woman that you can love in every way. But if you love me in the meantime, I'd still take that any day. You say you're grateful for the time we've had and all the lessons that you've gained. The only lesson that I seem to grasp is how to love while I'm in pain. You say you're waiting on
In the meantime, I was listening to a lot of Patsy Cline and old, A-Team Nashville country music at the time that I wrote it. I was taking a guitar class at MTSU, and we were, working on inversions, and I just kind of wrote this little bass line, and that tune came out of it. It's one of the fastest songs I've ever written. I think I wrote it in my drive home from campus, which is not typical for me. But yeah, it sort of, got some old country influence on that song.
I'm singing to a baby, with sapphire in her eyes, and I myself am still a bit too young to realize we will grow together when I'm searching for a song. She'll be my safest harbor, ready, set to sing along. Well, her baby face is freckled and her cheeks are mighty round. I am not yet aware she'll be the beauty of the town. I am just a child, no longer on her own, and the blessing wrapped in blankets will be the greatest that I've known. I am aware now, no reasons left to be scared now. Well, I'm singing to the darling in the bunk beneath my bed. We stay up all night laughing, so we don't care what Mama said. Dreaming makes us tired, and the bullies make us sad. Oh, we've got one to hold the other. Soon enough, it's not that bad. When we're on the sidewalk, your hand's always in mine. If we check to see who's taller, I beat you every time. Trees all got their nicknames, and our clothes still seem to match. Hey, womanhood is coming. Oh, you still don't know much about that. I am aware now, an inseparable pair now. I'm singing to the lady, she shines among the rest. Her heart is sweet and childlike, and it beats out of her chest. Careful what you give her, she'll turn it straight to gold. Like my broken heart, she mended with the wisdom that she holds. Old enough to notice, she'll say it to your face. Just a bit too young to know if it's the right time or place. Closet raids and crushes each day, I'm better than I was. Oh, 'cause what that monkey sees, good Lord, that pretty monkey does. Girl who compares now. I'm singing to the woman, she's standing in the door. This time she's not behind me, she's older than before. Back when we were babies, I'd show her where to go, but the next road that she's traveling, she's the only one to know. So when it's long and lonesome, hold tight to what you want. A river in the desert, an April shooting star. If you should grow weary while you're searching for your song, I am your safest harbor, ready, set to sing along. I am aware now, no reasons left to be scared.
Prior to the pandemic, I was getting ready to go on tour within a matter of weeks. I was going to be leaving on about a month-long tour out west. Pretty much it had done the whole thing independently and was doing all the rehearsals and getting all my ducks in a row. When everything was canceled, it was sort of like a bit of a shock to the system because I'd had all this, preparation going in, and it was almost like exhausting work, and the payoff was going to be getting to perform. It was sort of like, what do I do with this energy that I've stored up? And I actually, struggled with that a lot initially. I ended up going home and spent some time with my parents at my parents' home. Kind of just took a little bit of a pause with writing, and because I hadn't really been writing because I'd been getting ready to go on tour. An important part of this last year for me was allowing myself a pause. It was challenging because I think initially, like in the real thick of quarantine, I have a lot of friends who, you know, were sharing how they were like writing their masterpieces and putting this time into a brand new record, and then I was sort of looking at how I had just kind of paused, you know, and feeling really defeated by that and pretty discouraged. I was very hard on myself about it. And then I realized that that's not really how creativity works. And I was not in that moment in time, I was not gonna be a creative period for me because I was gonna be out on the road. I spent a lot of time this year just sort of like being gentle with myself.
This river where you found me, I was just trying to swim away. No sir, I was not drowning. Pull me back so I can see another day. Pull me back so I can swim, see my family. Pull me back before you play me just the same. I'm only stopping for the ones who understand me. From down here, see I only stand to gain. This river where you caught me, I was just drinking my coffee. I was just finding my own way. You seem to think that I'm confused, a helpless bird that's soft and bruised and using all I can use is you out of my way. Let me be so I can go and see my family. Let me be before you play one of those games. I'm only stopping for the ones who understand me. From down here, see I only stand to gain. From down here, you see I only stand to gain. When I need for you to not tell me what I need, when I'd like for you to not tell me what I ain't like. I got nothing I need, nothing I want, nothing but to swim alone tonight. Nothing left to lose, you won't stand again. Nothing left to lose, only stand, only stand, only stand, only stand again. Well, you got nothing left to lose, you only stand again. Nothing left to lose, you only stand again. I'm gonna stand again. I'm gonna stand again. I only stand to gain. What to gain?
Stand to Gain came out of my quarantine frustration. I think it's sort of a tune just about, I wrote it whenever I came back, when I went back to Nashville after spending some time at my parents' house at the beginning of COVID, was feeling, you know, frustrated about the way that everything was, but really, you know, that feeling of people trying to tell you what they think is the right move for you or what you should be doing and how you should be handling this. It's as simple as that. It's just sort of my answer to that kind of frustration and knowing like I can figure this out on my own and I will.
I paid you enough? Could you bring back the past? Could I get another moment of his time? Could I change his mind? Hey, Mr. Medicine Man, do you make a potion for giving a damn? Could we slip it in somebody's drink? 'Cause he just doesn't care what I think. Ain't I take something for me? As strong as the heaven to help me get free from these chains that I keep on myself. Say, could you help? Medicine man looked me dead in my eyes. He said, who do you think that I am, child? I am not your savior. I am not a god. These things they work on their own time. You can't erase them in that day. You can't bring them away. Hey, Mr. Medicine Man, I'm sorry if you're thinking that it's in our hands. I guess someday I'll find in myself. Thanks for a hand. Oh, for a hand.
Obviously, I think in the entertainment industry and in the arts world, I don't think it's necessary always to go to school for it, because some people, just have this gift and they're able to find their way without it. But I'm really glad that I did, not only for, just taking that 4 years to really hone my skills and do it in the bubble of a school environment. There's so much value in the community that you build when you go to school for like music business program like I did. The teachers, the professors are all also working professionals, their connections. The network that I built while going to school for music has been so impactful. For me, the biggest benefit was the people that I met and how they helped, come into my path, and they sort of guide you, and then you have connections in the professional world when you get done.
I forgot my manners when I saw you on the corner, shivering alone. I bet that I could keep you warmer, so I start approaching, and you smile. I see it's growing. Now what am I gonna do now? I forgot my manners when I reached my hand to touch you, shoulder so broad, screaming, baby, I could love you, and you don't look too frightened, and your eyes keep on inviting. Now what am I gonna do now? If I know anything of love, then I know it's good at sneaking up. I forgot my manners when I asked you where you're going. Don't want to intrude, but but your face is clearly showing that I should tag along. Oh, how could this be wrong? Oh, what am I gonna do now? Lost all of my manners and I think you seem to like it, going crazy for you, and I haven't tried to hide it like Marie Antoinette. I lost my head. Oh, what am I gonna do now? If I know anything of love, then I know it's good. I ain't sneaking up. J'ai perdu ma tête, je n'ai pas de regret, tout ce qu'il y a de choses que tu veux refaire. J'ai perdu ma tête, je n'ai pas de regret, tout ce qu'il y a de choses que tu veux faire. Je sais, bien l'essence d'amour, amour, peut-être un petit mouchard. J'ai perdu ma tête, je n'ai pas de regret. J'ai perdu ma tête, je n'ai pas de regret. J'ai perdu ma tête, je n'ai pas de regret. J'ai perdu ma tête, je n'ai pas de regret.
When You're Gone is a love song that I wrote in my experience being an artist and a traveling musician, dating other traveling musicians. You know, one's on the road and one's not, or, you know, but really it's just about missing someone. I think that this was over quarantine, do a virtual show, or, you know, talk to people about music. In the time of quarantine, it's a great love song that sort of became relevant in a new way. Loving someone and not being able to see them all the time, and making sure that you know that they know that you miss them.
You said it's only a weekend, I'll be back on Monday. Won't even notice I am gone. But what you don't know about me was that I notice everything, like the lack of your car on my lawn, and the tracks that it leaves on a good rainy night when you're pulling out late with a busted tail light that I told you who to fix till it turned to a fight, and you just said you'd rather buy me something nice. Well, don't you feel bad for hitting the road, but I just want the record to show I notice when you're gone. They said it's just a few weeks more, I'll be on this tour, working the coast with the boys. When I'm in Savannah, en route to Atlanta, but I'm driving the van now by choice, 'cause you're not here for me to adore while we're sitting in traffic on 24, and you're kissing my nose while Neil Young plays the chords of an unknown legend he's still searching for. So don't you feel bad for hitting the road, but I just want the record to show I ain't trying it's only a weekend, I'll be back on Monday. Won't even notice where I've been. What you don't know about me is that I notice everything, like how hard you work to get in to a heart that was locked up to the rest of the world, and you melted the bolts just to wait for the girl. And a coffee pot, the hair on the counter half full means you're not on my line. Oh, I thought you should know, baby, don't you feel bad for hitting that road? But I just want the record to show. Oh, I just need that record to show. Oh, I notice when you're gone.
I'll Be Going is a pretty old song. I wrote that my freshman year of college. It is one of the first songs I ever recorded, and it's just remained a real popular tune among the people that have, paid attention to my music. And it was sort of one of the first songs that I wrote that I can remember where I just was really confidently just sort of being a little unfiltered and not worrying about, what people in your small town might think of you, or what your parents might think if you say, as a songwriter when you're young and you're like 12 and 13 and you're just kind of writing about the things that are only appropriate for a 12 and 13-year-old, and then crossing over and kind of on your own, you have to figure out like when can I start talking about how I feel in my life right now, whether or not someone else wants to hear it. That was kind of, for me personally, one of the first songs where I was sort of grappling with that.
I'm stowaway, running from yesterday. Don't you give my name away tonight. I haven't made it far enough, and I've still got some road to rub, so sweep me underneath your rug till light. Well, there's a warm wind blowing, sorceress, lean into my one caress. I can make you feel the best tonight. And you won't have to worry when all the saints go marching in. Baby, I'll be gone again by light. There's a warm wind blowing and I'll be going. And love can take you far. But lovers only ever break your heart. So gas up your car and go where no one tells you who you are. Wanderer, oh, my hair is dirtier. Could you spare a comforter tonight? Have a little trust in me. I won't steal your jewelry. I just need a place to sleep till light. Oh, there's a warm wind blowing and I'll be going. I'm just a pretty face. Tell me how it's gone to waste. Use me for your own escape tonight. Oh, you're not too good to lie. Oh, you won't ever see me cry. You'll be just another guy by light. Oh, there's a warm wind blowing and I'll be going. And love, hey, it can take you far. gas up that car and go where no one tells you who you are, who you are, who you are, who you just a vagabond, learning how that road is long. No one misses if I'm gone tonight. I'm just a memory if someone remembered me.